These are the pouches that we'll be making today. It is made out of 2 circles that we will slip stitch together with fun contrasting yarn. In this video, I'll be going over the magic ring, working in the round, increasing in the round, how to slip stitch the pieces together, how we'll pop our drawstring in. You can make these as big or as small as you want to. It is super customizable, and I give you further instructions on how to make it bigger than mine if you want. But you can stop before I stop as well. It is super duper easy, very beginner friendly, and very fast to make. You can make a few of these in a day if you wanted to. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to begin by making a magic circle. You can start with your preferred method, but I promise this is super easy. You're going to take the yarn and place it between your middle and your pointer finger. You're going to loop it over your pointer finger. Now you're going to take your middle finger and your thumb and just pinch the yarn. Here's your tail. You're going to loop it under that point you're pinching. It's just that easy. And now we're going to insert our hook face down, grab the yarn, bring it through, twist it towards you and up. Now we have a little loop. We're going to chain one, and now we are going to single crochet 6 times into the circle. 4, 5, oopsies, and 6. And now we're going to pull the tail and close the circle. We are going to be working in a continuous round. We're not going to be slip stitching to the first to finish our circles. 2, 4, 6. So go ahead and find your first single crochet, and we are going to start increasing in every stitch around. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in every stitch. 1 and 2, and go ahead and grab your stitch marker and pop it on that first stitch so you don't lose track of where you're at. And now just continue putting 2 single crochets in every stitch around, and I will see you at the end. Alrighty, round 3, we are going to increase in the first stitch and put 1 single crochet in the next, and we are going to repeat that all the way around. So here is my increase, and I'm going to pop the stitch marker on the first one, and then 1 single crochet in the next. And I'm just going to repeat that all the way around. And so I will see you at the end. Alrighty, I just finished round 3. You're going to be ending with a single crochet, by the way. And now for round 4, we are going to make a single crochet in the first one. We're going to increase in the second stitch, 2, and don't forget to put your stitch marker back on. And I'm going to put 1 more single crochet in the next stitch, and I'm going to repeat this pattern all the way around. 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet. And do that all the way around, and you are going to be ending on a single crochet again. Round 5, we are going to start with an increase followed by 3 single crochets. And that is the pattern that we'll be repeating around this row. Oopsies. So there is my increase, and I'll pop my stitch marker back on. And then 3 single crochets. And 3, and I'm just going to repeat that all the way around. Increase, 3 single crochets, increase, 3 single crochets. Round 6, we are going to do 2 single crochets. We're going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch and 1 single crochet in the second stitch. I'm going to pop my stitch marker back on, and now we are going to increase followed by 2 more single crochets. And we are going to repeat this pattern all the way around. 2 single crochets, increase, 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets, increase, 2 single crochets. So I'll see you guys at the end. Row 7, we're going to start by making an increase in the first stitch. 1 and 2. Go ahead and pop your stitch marker on your first one. And now we are going to make 5 normal single crochets. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to repeat that all the way around to increase 5 single crochets, increase 5 single crochets. I'll see you guys at the end. You've probably worked out the pattern by this point, but if not, we are going to start row 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are going to start that by making 3 single crochets, just 3 normal single crochets. 2 and 3. Go ahead and pop your stitch marker in your first one. And now we are going to increase in the next one, followed by 3 more normal single crochets. And 3. And we are going to repeat this pattern all the way around. You're going to make 3 more single crochets in the next 3 stitches, increase, 3 single crochets, 3 single crochets, increase, 3 single crochets, 3 single crochets, increase, 3 single crochets. And so I'll see you guys at the end of the round. Row 9, we are going to increase in the first stitch, followed by 7 normal single crochets. 1, 2, there's my increase. I'll pop my stitch marker back on. And now 7 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm just going to repeat that all the way around. Alrighty, I am really happy with the size of my circle. And so I'm going to go ahead and take my stitch marker out, and I'm going to slip stitch to the first stitch. And I'm going to chain 1 so I can fasten off. That is circle 1 complete. So go ahead and make a second one, and I will meet you to connect them and make our cute little drawstring. See you guys soon. Alrighty, so you should have your 2 circles completed, and we are going to start by putting the right side facing together. We want the wrong side to be on the outside, and we are going to need 2 stitch markers to figure out where we want the opening of our pouch to be. And I'm going to keep my little slip stitches right next to each other, right on the top. I just want to avoid working around them. I'll weave in my ends later, but so they're going to be the very top middle of my pouch. Just go ahead and find any random stitch off to the side. Boop. Trying to get it through both. Okay, I want the opening of my pouch to be about this wide, so let's count and see how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my slip stitches. I'll count at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to go back to 12. 14, 13, and 12. And then just pop it through both circles, mark your spot. We're going to go ahead and grab our contrasting color now. You can use the same one, but the technique that we're using creates these really fun little pops of color around the outside. So I would definitely recommend grabbing a contrasting color. And just make a slip knot and pop it on your hook. And so here's our stitch markers. We're going to start on the stitches right next to it. And we are going to go through the front loop only on the circle closer to us. And we're going to go through the back loop only of the circle farther away from us. And then we're going to yarn over, pull it through, and make a slip stitch. And we're just going to do that all the way across. We're going to go through the front loop of the circle closer to us, the back loop of the circle farther away, yarn over, pull through, make a slip stitch. And we're just going to do that all the way across. Front loop only, back loop only, slip stitch. And we're going to go all the way across until we get to this side where our other stitch marker is. And so I will meet you over on this side so we can tie off, make our little drawstring, we'll weave in the ends, and then our pouch is done. So I'll just do this a few more times before I fade away. Actually, before I fade away, I'll give you a little sneak peek of how this is looking. There it is, tiny little bits of pink. I was trying to go for a strawberry lemonade kind of vibe. I'd love to know down in the comments what colors you chose. I always love getting new inspiration. But so just continue all the way across and I'll see you at the end. Alrighty, I just completed my last slip stitch. And so now I'm going to chain 1 and we're going to fasten off. And just pull it nice and tight. Go ahead and take our stitch markers out now. And we can turn it back the right way. It's not inside out anymore. It is super subtle, but I think it's so pretty. I really love how this looks. So our next step is to make our little drawstring. So go ahead and grab your contrasting color, and we are going to make it so simply. We are just going to be chaining a nice long chain. The number of chains that you make is going to depend on your yarn weight. But ultimately we want it to be able to go through the back, through the sides, back to the front, and be able to make a little bow. So we want it to be fairly long. But like I said, it's going to depend on your yarn weight. You could be chaining 35, 45, 55, 65. It's all personal, which is also nice because then you get to make this project even more your own. But so just continue chaining until you feel like it will be able to go around the pouch like it needs to and be able to tie it in a little bow if you so wish. I think I want to do 55, maybe just 50, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And now I'm going to chain 2 more than I actually want because we're going to fasten off. And then once we pull this through and tighten it, now we've lost 1 stitch, so I have 51 chains right now. And then I'm going to pull my beginning one as well, nice and tight. And so that made me lose the first one. And so now I have 50. It is time to attach the drawstring now. And so using this one as just an example, this is the back. As you can see, there's going to be a tiny bit exposed on the back. It is going to go back through the inside, come out on the corner. It's behind in the front and comes out the middle. And so we're going to start by working in the back. And at this point, it really doesn't matter which side is the front or which side is the back. I'm going to work with this side being my back. And I'm going to count from the side, ignoring the stitch that is connected. As you can see, it's being pulled. I'm going to start with the first full one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to pull this through. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. You can see that is being pulled. That's attached. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going from the inside of the pouch to the outside. I'm pushing my hook away from me. And I'm just going to grab the drawstring and pull it through that stitch. And so now these are on the inside of the bag. And I'm going to put my hook from the outside to the inside now. It's going towards me through the very first stitch. I'm going to pull my drawstring, oopsies, through that, and so now it's on the outside again. I'm going to do the same on the other side, through the first stitch, going from the outside to the inside, grab my drawstring, pull it through. So now we're going to be working with our front panel. We're going to go through the first stitch that isn't connected, and we're going to go from the inside to the outside, moving our hook towards us. I'm going to pull that drawstring through and do the same on the other side. Find that first stitch that isn't connected, going from the inside of the pouch to the outside, facing towards me. I'm going to pull that drawstring through, pull the drawstring through this stitch, and now our drawstring is coming around the edge, and they're on the inside. And so now I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and we'll pull it through the fourth stitch. So I'm skipping 3 and pulling it through the next stitch. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3. And this time we are going from the outside to the inside, going away from us. And just pull that drawstring through. That's how it's looking. And our last step is just to weave in all of the ends. For the drawstring ends, you can go through the back bumps of the chains and just go back and forth through there. Or You can just leave them, cut them to the same length and just leave the strings. Then go ahead and weave the rest of your ends in as normal. From the ends of our circles, just go through on the inside of your pouch, just through all of the stitches you can find. Just make sure it's really nice and tight and secure. And then with our beginning magic ring one, you're going to go through the little tunnel of the first round that we made as many times as possible, and then just continue weaving around, making sure it's all nice and hidden and secure. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Please let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions or requests for future videos. Like, comment, and subscribe for this patch that took me like 800 stitches and a couple hours all up to make. I appreciate it. Bye!